Welcome to Hot Messes, Big Visions, the podcast for parents, founders, and dreamers doing it all in leggings covered in yogurt. We're Nikki and Sophia, co-founders of The Village Co., mums of 4 tiny humans, and builders of a tech-powered babysitting empire with little family nearby and a whole lot of chaos.
Each week, we're talking real-life parenting, behind-the-scenes startup truth bombs, and the big vision driving it all. Because building your dream doesn't need to be polished. It just needs to be real. This is Hot Messes, Big Visions. Let's get into it.
Happy Wednesday.
Hump Day!
Yay!
It feels like it's been such a long week, though.
I know. It's been the longest. The best of times, the worst of times. It's just been times.
It's just been time.
We have tried to record this podcast for the last few weeks, and every single time we try to record a podcast,
Something goes wrong.
something happens, right? Something they say. Whether it's the computer not recording or the first time I just shut the laptop at the end because we were in a rush and ran out the door and then realised it hadn't downloaded. And God, technology is like damn hard,
It's
right?
annoying.
Yeah.
The second time we could see our faces and we were doing all the motions and the actions, but there was no sound.
There was no sound, no. So, hey, third time lucky, right? And so we've had not only have we had school holidays, but I think every single parent across New Zealand was very excited about putting their kids back into school on Monday. And then on Saturday, we got a boil water notice.
It was only one area and
Oh yeah,
In
you weren't affected by it.
I was affected by it, but I wasn't affected by it in
Yeah.
the same sense.
Yeah.
In the best way. So our area doesn't catch water from the same area as yours, which is great
Yeah.
because we could still drink our tap water and our filtered water. It was fantastic and not worry about the kids sucking on their bath cloths
Yep.
while they're bathing or showering. But the kids' daycare
Yes.
is in the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were told on I think, a Sunday afternoon that we'd have to make plans and arrangements for the kids,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, you do what you have to do, and these things happen. But man, I don't know how stay-at-home moms do it or work-from-home parents do it.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do it.
Some of them love it though. Some of them can just manage. But in saying that, I'm sure at the end of the day, they're pooped.
Yeah, and I actually don't know how much enjoyment the child has, because the biggest thing that my kids just want me. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a whole host of toys, but it's when I'm on the phone or I'm
It's
like,
the attention.
right?
Yeah.
So to have the kids in the same space, like, that's why we use the crate, right? That's why we're here at this co-working space, because there's absolutely no way. Like, there's just no way I could get a load of work done with kids present. And even when like a one-off or two off days, you still have to make up the workload because you can't get as much done.
Absolutely. I took Monday off and I rang the boss and I said, look, we'll water notice. One of us has to stay at home with the kids. And Sean had actually booked the day off to go fishing, of course.
Yes, he did.
And so I had to call in and I said, you know what, Sean, I'm going to get up really early. I'm going to go to the office because I had a piece of work that I needed to finish by Monday. And my original plan was to get there early anyways and get it done. So I said, all right, well, what time are you leaving? No, 8 o'clock. So I said, cool. I'll get to work at 5. I'll get as much work as I can done. And then 7:30 I'll be home so you can leave by 8. So that happened.
God, he still went fishing.
He still went fishing.
What the hell?
I'm a good wife. I'm a very understanding wife.
I'm not
Just that. He's also been mentioning subtly and not so subtly about how his hobbies have taken a wayside and he really misses fishing, and for his mental health he needs it. And fair enough, right? They also burnt out.
Yes.
But I also turned around when he complained about them and said, what about my hobbies?
Yes.
But, it's not a this or that or tit for tat or, it's
You're
not
a
a
bigger person than
competition.
me. You're a bigger person than
I'm a
me.
good wife. I am a great wife. But he still went
My
fishing.
poor
I
suffered
got
husband.
home and I thought, okay, let's take the kids to Chipmunks because my
Mm.
problem is, and this is probably the point that I was getting to about 20 minutes ago, I can't be at home. I can't work at home when there's kids, but I also can't work at home when there's no kids because of my surroundings.
Yeah.
I have, first of all, I clear the fridge out because I have to eat every 2 seconds. I'm a fiend. There's always snacks, right? Oh, snacks, snacks, snacks. But if it's not the snacks, it's the floor has a crumb in it. I gotta get it. Because if I don't get it immediately, it drives me insane. So I vacuum and then I'm like, nah, I gotta mop. So I go mop. And as the dishwasher's done, so I gotta unpack the dishwasher and then repack the dishwasher. And then the drying dishes, I have to dry those and put them away because my tiny house is tiny. And
Your house is not.
every little piece of thing on the counter just makes it look cluttered and small. And then it's the kids' toys. So by the time I do that, I've got no time to actually work. So I don't think I could ever work from home, period. But Monday was a whole other ball game. Holy, I thought, cool. We'll do chipmunks for a few hours, tie them out, and then the drive home, they'll fall asleep. I'll transfer them. I'll get a couple of hours of work done. Boom. It didn't happen.
No, of course
Can I
it
tell you
didn't.
why? Because I was hoping for it to
Yeah.
happen.
They read your minds
They
and
do,
they're
they
like,
know. They're like,
nah.
you want me to sleep. I will not.
Yeah.
Ophelia slept for a
Oh,
total of
I
45 minutes.
was going to say, I thought she would have been the one that didn't. But
Yeah,
here
right.
we
She's
are.
always the freaking loose cannon, but she wasn't this time. It was Hunter. He was like, oh, no, I want to play with you. Come play with me. Come play with me. And I was like, answering messages, answering calls, typing emails. And then he was like, what does this button do? Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
And swiping the screen on my phone. And I'm just like,
Yes.
let's put this away and let's play.
I know. And it's actually really bad because I don't know about you, but I kind of remember like always wanting attention as a kid. Like I do still remember that and like remembering like being a pain in the ass, like wanting attention. And so I feel guilty about it with my kids because I'm like,
Yep.
that's still a core memory for me. So
Yep.
I don't want to be that dismissive parent where I'm like on my phone or like,
Yes.
I've got to do this, get off me type of thing.
100%. And you don't want
Um,
them to feel like this is taking priority,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then I also want them to learn how to independent play. So
Yeah. What is that thing?
they better get a grasp of it soon. I used to remember playing in my room for hours, but no,
We
my
had
kids.
cousins. Yeah, we had cousins. So I don't remember needing or maybe we were, attention seekers, but
Hey,
maybe when
I
we
didn't
were
say I was an
alone.
attention
Hey,
seeker.
hey, you totally said it. But in saying that, I think we had cousins around all the time,
Mm.
so we're always playing with them. But I mean, Hunter's pretty good. Usually,
It was just that day.
it was because I had other things to do, and I do feel bad about it. Like you say, you don't want to be on your phone all the time, and we are pretty conscious of it. So Sean and I quite regularly will put our phones away, and just when they're home, we spend time with them.
Mm.
But when there's things to be done, there's things to be done.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I had said I'm going to work until a specific time, and I didn't.
No.
And we were talking about it last night as well, about the fact that how we were raised and taking time off from work and how bad you feel about it. And potentially because in the past I've had to arrange cover and I've been in charge of large groups of people and staff, and I've known how much of a mess around it is when someone calls in last minute sick or whatnot. It's a different industry at the moment,
get it.
so it's very different. It's not like me not being there is going to cause the whole ship to sink, but it's like a trauma that I carry with me of asking for leave or being so sick that I have to ask for leave or something like this. I felt terrible messaging or calling that I felt I had to do a half day,
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. I get it, and I still do feel bad. Nowhere near as bad as what I used to. But I actually think it's because I'm so traumatized from moments in my life where I have, like, I remember going to work on crutches.
Yeah.
Like I had to get 2 London buses because it was easier than getting down on the tube when I was in London, and I did that every single day. And I remember one rainy day, I was moving around on crutches on the bus,
Oh,
and one of my crutches slipped
slipped.
in the like, because it was a wet floor. And I remember just being like, "This is insane." And I look back at that, and I'm like, "Never,
Never
ever again."
again.
And I've got hundreds of those kind of stories. I have, I like things like, um, it was like my final day at a job, and I was flying out to the Philippines that evening, and like holiday, and I was almost late for my
For your
flight
flight.
because I was trying to be the conscientious
Yes.
employee.
Get
And
everything done. And
yeah, and I think actually the higher that I've gone in companies, and actually the more that I've worked, I've realized that no one gives a shit.
no one cares. You
No
said it
one
last night.
actually cares.
And it
Yeah.
totally resonated, right? Because when we die in our eulogies or at our funerals,
She worked so goddamn
oh
hard.
my God, she didn't miss a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She got 100% attendance.
But it could stem from that as well, from school, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you missed a day,
Yeah, yeah.
98% fail.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
where you were,
Yeah.
everything you were scored on,
That's why I loved COVID though, because one person went,
you were the only
and then
one.
everyone was like, "No, they're sick. Get out of
Get
the
out,
office."
yeah.
And actually, like, I know loads of people took the piss, but actually, I liked the fact that people actually took time to think, "Oh my God, am I sick? I don't want
Mm,
to spread it. I don't want to make anybody else sick."
yeah,
Um, and I like that mentality. And
it is good. And it's
as
great when they incorporate that into the daycares as well, so they don't become
yes,
cesspools.
yes, but they don't.
No.
They don't. No. Um, but I think there's a big part of that. I love it when they phone us at daycare and they're like, "Kid's got a fever," and you're like, "Where do you think they got the fever from?" Because it definitely wasn't at home.
Ophelia's got a very snotty nose and it's green.
Yeah. Well, who else?
She arrived okay.
Yeah. Who else in that bubble?
You know, when you dropped her off, it's like
Yeah.
on all the other children.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like going, if this was COVID, you'd be in your own bubble.
Yeah.
Like, and how about you bring her back to me when she's better?
Yeah.
She's your
She's
problem
yours now. Yeah.
It's so bad. But yeah, but I just think, it's something I've been really conscious of since, like, in the last few years as I've gotten older,
Yeah.
that no job is worth being sick over.
You've been very good at that, actually.
Yeah, and
And
I've
you keep
never
saying the
been.
same thing to me, and
Yeah.
you keep saying, something's got to give, or,
Yeah.
you can't keep sacrificing. You've become very good at that.
But it's taken me a
A
long
long time,
time.
yeah, no doubt.
And I remember, like, I ran the London Marathon, like, just thought I'd put that in there. No, in like 2016, 2017, one of them anyway.
1,000 years ago, pre-children.
3 children
Puppies.
when I did shit, yeah. Shit for me. And I at mile 8, so it's 26 miles for the people that do kilometers. At mile 8, my knee went.
Oh,
And I was like, hell no. I've been training for 2 years. I'm just
yeah.
going to run through it.
I'm just going to go.
I literally dragged myself. It took me 5.5 hours to do it, but I dragged myself the whole way because I was like,
Bad time, actually.
I was like, hell no, no way.
Mm.
And then afterwards, I really like fucked it. So I went to acupuncturist, and she was like, "You are so stressed out." So she was trying to put pins in, and they just weren't going in. Like, my body was just
You need to
done.
relax. You need to relax.
Yeah. And at one point she said to me, she's like, you know what book you need to read? The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Right? And honestly,
Did you read it?
Yeah, it changed
Yeah?
my freaking life. My friend bought it for me,
Cool.
and I read it because I was laid up in bed because I couldn't move.
Of course.
And it changed my life because I suddenly was like, you know what? Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Good
Yeah.
damn point. Because no one else, because people don't give
No
a
one
shit.
cares.
No
Well,
one
because
cares.
everybody's
Only
sort of
we
got
give a
blinkers on, right?
Yeah.
And you do, and I think as people, you worry about what everybody else thinks or sees
Yeah.
of you. Are you putting the effort in? Are you pulling your weight? oh, you weren't at work today. Where were you?
Yeah.
But no one actually gives a shit,
No
right?
one
No one cares
cares.
because they've got their own things to worry
Yeah.
about. They've got their own children, their own issues, their own work to focus on. But for some reason, we are so focused on what.
You say no one cares unless you have a micromanager. Then they
Ah,
care.
this is true.
Then
This
they
is true.
care.
Sorry, I'm in a good position at the moment.
But this is the thing. As you go higher, you
Yeah.
suddenly realise that you don't actually, that it's totally different.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I got to is that, and they say this about millennial managers, you don't tend to get many micromanager millennial managers because we've gone through the micromanaging.
Yes.
So we're actually a little bit more, unless someone takes a piss and no work's getting done, in which you
Right.
come down on them like a ton of bricks.
100%.
You actually a lot of the time you give people loads of rope, and that's what I really have always thought, like, as the village grows and what we do is actually it's about supporting our babysitters. So it's like saying to them, okay, if you can't make a babysitting appointment, let us know, because that's 100 times better than the alternative that you either turn up sick
100%.
or you cancel on the day of.
Yes.
Like, all of these other
Yeah.
things are huge issues. We'd rather you just let us know a day before and we'll put somebody
Absolutely.
else in.
I had one of our sitters message on, can't remember now, one of the days, a
One
few
of-
days
one of-
ago.
one of the days of the
I think
week.
it was Saturday. And she's like, I totally thought my booking was for today. And it turns out it's for next weekend, but I can't make it. I'm not here next weekend. What do I do? And I said, oh, don't worry. We'll just reach out to the parent, apologize and find someone else. So, we fixed it and the parent was really appreciative of it. And I messaged the sitter and I said, well, thank you for getting in touch now
Yeah.
instead of letting it fester.
Yeah, and freaking
And
out. And
trying to, figure out something at the end of the day, 99.9, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. I think our sitters are pretty good.
They are.
But
They're
like that,
actually
actually.
really, really good.
But that's because we interviewed them. And we like them.
We like them. I feel I really do love that we're actually building like a real village. It's not just a load of sitters on a. Well, we
Yeah.
always said we were never going to just do sitters on marketplace.
Yeah.
I really love that we've got this beautiful relationship with our sitters.
It is cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and it's just and our parents too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, it is time for messiest moment of the week.
Damn, I knew you were going to bring up messiest moments.
And I feel like you've already kind of given me some, but boil water notice. That was a messy moment.
You reckon? Yeah, that was a messy.
Just to add, for people that lived it, not just couldn't put their kids into daycare.
Right.
That was the time that my children decided to spray each other with the shower head. And Ollie's like, ah. I was like, close your mouths. Close them.
Tape.
Yeah. Stop spraying each other.
Is it because you noticed because there was a boil water notice in place, or is this the very first time that they decided?
They do this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They do it all the time. So I'm like, no, that's it. You're going in one by one, not both at the same time. They couldn't have baths, but of course that's the time when they want baths.
Yeah. Didn't Dan
shower?
Dan, our friend Dan, we may have mentioned her in previous episodes, but she told us last night that her kids never drink water, but of course, because there was a boil water notice in place and they were boiling water, your kids notice. What? So many notices in place. And they were like, we're thirsty, Mum, we're parched.
When's the water going to cool down?
Dying. It's too hot. And it's so true, right?
Yes.
They will find anything. Oh, you're trying to cook? Well, I want my food right this instant.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I never eat my dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So it was also the time when the kids decided, like Ollie decided that he wants to go outside and play with the hose. Like,
yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
Because
right
there's
now?
a boil water notice in place.
So I want ice, Mum. Well, you're not having ice. It's hard enough to get water these days. We're not getting ice. So so that was fun. And then I have to say the best part about it, and I'm going to apologise now to my poor suffering husband. But I got home last night and I was like, you didn't have any ice in your drinks, did you? Because I haven't fixed the ice.
Now you've
haven't.
Poo.
Yeah, I was like, because I haven't got rid of all the the contaminated ice and turned the ice maker back on. And he was like, I thought you had. I was like, no, that's why the Post-its are still on there saying do not drink.
Did you put Post-its?
Yeah, because I've got such a bad memory and I do so much stuff by habit. I just put Post-it notes on the fridge going do not drink from here. And And he was like, oh, you're not done that yet. I was like, no, have you?
Yeah. Did you do it?
No, like he's such an
Ask. I
I
love how they just
know,
assume.
yeah. So I was like, ha ha ha. Also at the same time, I was like, damn it.
Poo in your system. Poo in your system.
Yeah. But he was so funny as well. It's like little things like when the boil water notice came out on the Saturday night because you were over for dinner, and he was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yes, of course.
He didn't give it a shit. Did not act literally.
Yeah.
Didn't care. And then I got like really pissed off with him on Saturday night. I was like, "Okay, I've boiled all the water. I'm ready for tomorrow. Not that you care." And he's like, "Oh yeah, thanks."
You're welcome again.
And then I drove all the way to Huntley to buy water because I didn't want to do a run on the supermarkets.
You also didn't want to get stuck in all the queues of people panic buying water.
Yeah, well, there wasn't any.
Yeah, there's that.
There wasn't any.
There's that.
They sold out in Chartwell and St James, so I went to Huntley and I just bought 2 boxes.
Cool.
I was just like,
Drive 30 minutes.
So now Jess is like, I only drink mountain water. From the streams of Tongariro.
I mean,
like, God damn.
Wouldn't you?
I'm like,
Beautiful
no.
water.
I'm like, you're going straight back to the tap, my love. We're going back to the water that's free.
Oh, yes. For now.
Yeah.
While it's free.
Yes. So that was quite amusing. But yes, messiest moment.
Messiest moment. Yeah. Monday was rough. I even told the colleague because his wife is a stay-at-home mum.
Oh yeah.
And I asked him, like, how does she do it? How is she creative? And how does she come up? We did a lot of things. We played puzzles and we played with cars and we colored a lot. And my kids love them. It was one day, right?
Yeah.
But I was trashed at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I had so much to do. And I just lay there. So I said to Sean, I'm buggered. I went and I put the kids down and we've just moved Hunter into a bunk bed. And before he was in a queen bed, so it was nice. Yeah, it sounds great. The queen bed was awesome because I could lie on it and, be there.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the bunk bed with him. It's this big. So we were squished. And eventually, when I woke up, I lifted my head up and smashed my head on the top bunk. And I was like, oh, where am I?
Ow.
Yeah, I was just knackered from that day. But what else? Gosh, Hunter turned around and I say, what the actual fuck, quite regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And he turned around and he was like, because I said to him, he can buckle himself up while I buckle Ophelia. He does it all the time.
In the car, yeah.
But lately, because I buckle Ophelia, it's an attention thing. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, Hunter, you know what you're doing. Just do it. And he looks at me and goes, what the actual? He says to me with so much sass. And I thought, where did you learn that from? Me. He learned it from me because I say it all the time.
Oh, damn it.
What else? Oh, he got up out of bed and needed a giant whiz. And he's pretty good generally, but he got up quite late, weed all over the floor. I didn't know this. Continued to walk to the toilet and finish his wee and take his clothes off. And I walked in to see if he had maybe messed on the bed. And I slipped in his wee, so I was covered in urine. My pants, my pajama pants, my shoes, my socks, everything was just wee. I had wee in my hands. And then changing his clothes, which would have been a quick, let's quick clean up this wee on the floor.
Yep.
Let's change your clothes and let's get you back to bed. Ended up being a massive hole. I need to change my clothes and shower. I need to change you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else? I've been hit in the face with food by
Oh,
Ophelia.
yeah.
She started doing this thing. And I've noticed, we're very soft with her. I don't know if it's because she's a second child. We're very harsh with Hunter. We reprimand him and we have these massive expectations of him to just do the right thing. Whereas with Ophelia, because she's this wild one, and completely unhinged, we expect her to be unhinged. And so
my God, I hate that.
Yeah, well, and she squeals. It's very cute. So we let it go, right? Because of the cuteness. But she grabbed Hunter's bottle and she was teasing him. She's one. And she was like, look what I've got. So Hunter asked very nicely, can I have my water? Can I have my water? And then eventually when she wasn't giving it back, he went to snatch it. So I snapped at him and I was like, we don't snatch. And he was, but it's my water. I was like, Hunter, just let her have it. It's water. And then he looked at me, he was like, what? You never let me have her water. This is my water. And I had to pull myself back and just sit for a bit and think, oh, yeah, my 4-year-old is right. Ophelia, this isn't your water. And then she teased him. She was like, here you go. And when he went to grab it, she yanked it away from him. Oh, and then you pull it
So
and she
much
starts
sass.
screaming, mine. She's so sassy. Both my kids are quite sassy. But yeah, I guess I don't have a particular messy moment. It was just a messy couple of weeks for
Yeah,
me.
it does sound that way.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing I'll never get. Like, I'm exactly the same, but I feel like I'm the opposite. So, and it reminds me of my own childhood because I was firstborn girl and then
Right.
had a brother after, and I always felt it was unfair. Like
Yes.
when you're the firstborn, it's
Oh, my sister said the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually really unfair. And Jeremy and I are both firstborns, and so like Jess. Her expectations, I mean, our expectations of her,
yes.
like, are so high.
Yeah.
And Ollie's like he's a smart kid. I mean,
He's
for
very
2 and a
smart,
half,
yeah.
he's like counting to 10 without any prompting, and he recognizes all the numbers. He loves it. But you know, but we like, and I feel so bad, but I just am like, yeah, he's all good.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, even like sleeping last night, like Jessica, I remember her crying and us sleep training her and and don't get me wrong,
I do remember.
right? I was outside the room
Yeah.
crying my heart out
Yeah.
of how hard it was. But with Ollie, like, she was like patting beside the bed and he's like, Mummy, please, Mama, please. And I was so heartbroken. And I was like, okay, baby. Like,
Yeah.
my baby boy. And I'm always like, you're just my baby boy.
I think it might be a mother-son connection.
Yes, but I love my girl. And I
Oh,
don't want to say that I don't
100%.
love my girl. I do. But it's a
100%.
different kind of love.
It's different. It's
And,
weird.
yeah.
Again, we don't have favorites.
Don't have favorite. And no. I love
It's
them
not
both
a
in different ways.
Yes.
But it's also first child versus second child. Like, it is a real, like, my heir and my spare. Like, I'm kind of, it's so hard. I'm just like,
It is.
Jess is like, Jess, yes, your expectations for you are going to change
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Ollie, I'd like you to change the world, but don't you work too hard.
Don't stress about
Yeah,
it.
don't stress about it.
If you end up doing what you're passionate about, and
Yeah.
if that's painting and you become a failed painter, all good.
All good.
All good.
You do you.
Someone will cover you. Yeah, exactly.
But Jess, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
She's going to have the best of the best,
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. It's
Yeah,
really
we have massive
interesting.
expectations of Hunter. Although, in saying that, he came to the bed
Yeah.
last night. Must have been about 2:00 in the morning, and he came and he said, "Mum." And then I turned and I'm like, "Oh, hi." He's, "You're taking up all the pillow." And I'm like, "It is my pillow, so that's why I'm taking it all up." "Oh, can I lie here?" I was like,
No.
"Why? Why are you lying here?" "Oh, I had a really bad dream. The Legos were trying to shoot me." And I don't know where he's getting this from. Like, guns. We don't show any dodgy
Yeah.
movies or films or programs or anything.
I don't even think guns are in the Lego
No,
movie.
exactly. and I don't think he's ever seen the Lego movie, to be fair.
fair.
We did play Legos though on Monday and Tuesday, so I don't know where he's getting it
And
from. But
Daycare's also an influence.
massive, right? So
So,
we don't really know. But he's still, anyways, I wasn't really paying much attention. I felt sorry for the kid, which happens every single time he comes to my bed, every
Yes.
single time without fail. And I brought him in and I love cuddling him. I really do.
Yeah.
But I never sleep well because my arms, I have to
Your
cuddle
arms
him.
are
And then I'm
dead.
dead arm, uncomfortable. My kidneys are killing me. Oh, there's no space. I have no pillow. It's fine. I'll just lie like this.
Oh my God. Yeah, the amount of times I've got my
yeah.
head between like the bedside table and the
pillow.
bed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah. Oh, yes, where the bed is. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I don't
And,
want to get in their way. I mean,
ooh, and then he lies sideways and then he
yep.
kicks your butt and it's really uncomfortable. But you know what? He had a bad dream.
Yeah.
And I'm a softie like that, I
Yeah,
guess, but
same.
I'm his mother, right? And I want to make sure that he knows when he has a bad dream, he can come to me.
Yeah.
And and Sean, every morning, you need to stay in your bed. Why are you not staying in your bed? And he's really hard on him. And I'm just like, shame, leave the kid. He's 4. He's had a bad dream. I remember when we had bad dreams and same thing. My dad would send us straight back to the
True.
bed and say, get into your bed. It's not real.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And
That's true. We do have bad guy spray because Jess, no, because
I have
Jess
to think
keeps,
about that. I'm like, wait, what?
because Jess thinks that there's bad guys in her bedroom.
Yes.
So we have bad guy spray where we spray the bad guys before she goes to
Nice.
bed.
Yes, I've seen that. Monster spray as well.
Yeah.
I've seen the
So we have
monster
to do that, and we have to spray inside her
Yeah.
wardrobe and all that
See,
sort
you
of stuff.
see, she falls for it. Hunter, I tried that,
Yeah.
and he was like, it doesn't work. It's just water, and I'm like, I know that.
We've got one of those air sprays, that you use for the keyboard. So it's
clever,
like
clever.
air
It's
comes out.
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I hear what you're saying. But my favourite part is it's not favouritism, but
It's favoritism.
with Ollie, I'm like, oh, my baby boy. And then Jeremy's always like that with me. Jess climbs in. She's like, hey, Dad. Like, climbs in, cuddles up to him. And she's like, oh, my girl.
Exactly.
And I'm like, hold on a minute. Like, you won't let Ollie come into the bed.
Yep.
What's she doing here?
Yep, that's exactly it. Exactly it. Because the day before, I pulled Ophelia in. I mean, it wasn't her fault. She was awake. Hunter woke up again with a nightmare. I don't know, last couple of days.
They say it's what do you call it? Like night terrors and stuff like that is all developmental and growing
right?
and growing pains and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I assumed it's something like that. He woke up screaming. Ophelia woke up, managed to get Hunter back to bed. Ophelia's just, when she's awake, man, and she's so cute.
Yes.
She climbs up in her cot and she goes, "Hey-o!" She's got these big teeth and like this wispy hair that got like, when we put her down, I don't know why, but it sticks up like a crazy. She looks like an insane person. Hey-o! And it's like she wants food.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so cut up some pear. It must have been about 3 o'clock in the morning. She ate a whole pear in the bed. I hate food in the bed. But she brought it to the bed, and I just thought, you know what? I'm going to do it because I'm tired. Brought it to our bed because there was no way she was going to lie in her cot by herself. Brought it to the bed, and I thought, cool, we'll just lie down. And same thing. Sean was like, oh, come here, my baby. Yeah, there's possibly some pears still in our bed roaming around. But you know what? She needed a cuddle.
Yeah.
Pats her bum nicely.
Yep.
And I guess it might be because in our situation, Ophelia's only 1 and Hunter's 4. So I understand it.
I think it's a girl boy thing.
But I'm sure it is.
It's a girl boy.
I'm sure it is. And,
I
first child thing for Sean anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly that. It's so funny. And like Jess used to it was always mum, mum, mum.
Yeah.
And then when Ollie was born, she kind of
morphed
over to Jeremy. Yeah. But now everything's dad. Like she only comes to me to tell on him. And so like I'll be in the shower and she's standing there in the door and I'm like, what? Daddy did this. I don't care. I'm having a shower. I'm actually, and then it'd be like, what did Daddy say? Like, Daddy won't let me watch TV. Oh, why won't Daddy let you watch TV? Well, he said that I've got to eat my breakfast first. Okay. Go downstairs and eat your breakfast.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but I don't want my breakfast. I was like, then go and tell that to Daddy. And you guys have a dialogue about it. Why are you coming upstairs to tell me about it? Like, I don't care. I just want a shower.
Do you know, so before we had kids, my friend Phil, who lives in Australia, had her 2 boys. And I went to Australia. My sister lives there. And funny enough, they're friends as well. And they live really close. And we had a lunch together. And I was like, oh, how is it? Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to have children. She's like, oh, yeah, I have to lock myself in the bathroom, lock the door, and when they come knocking, say, "Mummy's having a poo, darling." She's also from England. And I was like, no. And it's true. And even when you are having a poo, it's like,
it doesn't matter.
okay, bah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not allowed to lock any door. Any door in our house. Because if I lock a door and they can't get in, then there is full-blown meltdowns on the other side of the door.
Why have you locked the door?
Yeah. If I go upstairs to do something and Ollie cannot see me, he's like, all you hear is, Mama? Mama? Mama! I'm like, oh my God, just leave me alone. I'm like trying to do chores. I'm trying to do shit. So yeah, that is another reason why we go full circle. This is why I can never, ever, I can't work from home with him or I can't actually get any chores done over the weekend because he wants to be wherever I am.
Yeah. Same.
And so it's actually like, well, like Tuesdays are my days, but they're the days that I clean and I try and get the house in order.
That's my Wednesdays. My Wednesdays are supposed to be my village days, but that's why I only find us starting midday because I'm trying to smash out all the chores in the morning.
You're a better person than me because it gets to a point where I actually cannot clean. Like I've got to a point where I do it sometimes, but not all the time because
I'm not
just
better
like,
than you. I just have OCD.
Yeah, I don't have that. I used to.
It's been muted slightly.
Yeah,
since
you had kids. Since having the kids, a lot of things have been muted slightly. But I have to say, like they're bloody hilarious, but
they are so funny.
But
so cute.
I'm exhausted.
So tiring.
Exhausted by them.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and I also feel like I had no idea what was coming.
Oh, I never. Yeah, this is my thing. And I guess it was probably out there, in the algorithm somewhere in the world, in the cloud. But maybe we weren't searching for it. Maybe we were searching for all the positive shit.
Because, well, no.
Oh, not even actually. No. I didn't look at any. I didn't read any books. I didn't look at any pages or sites or anything pre-kids. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in this open-minded. I'm going to not know anything and I'm taking it as it comes. I'm going to wing it. Just like my whole life. I'm winging it.
See, I was different. I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
You don't got this.
I don't got this.
No.
I was like, God, how hard can it be? I even said that to people.
Did you really?
How hard can it be? Everybody's had kids.
Yeah. Every idiot has a baby, but they don't raise them well. This is the struggle.
And
sometimes they do. Sometimes.
Yeah. And that's the problem. Like I was like, I knew it was going to be hard.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it was going to be this hard. And I didn't realize that I'd be parenting myself times 2.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. I was like, I'll have a kid that's like, perfect. And then I've suddenly realized like how many times I say to Jeremy in the middle of the night, like in utter, like pure rage, if I had known that you were going to be a shit sleeper all the time, then I wouldn't have had kids with you because these kids don't.
It's genetic.
Like honestly. And he made some comment about Ollie a couple of days ago, and I was like, well, look at you at 4 a.m. on your phone. You can't sleep either. Like.
Well, Sean's a pretty good sleeper, but I don't know where they got it from.
They always say a good sleeper and a not good sleeper always tend to marry each other, and that is exactly, that's how I see it. Yeah,
because you're a good sleeper, eh?
I literally
can sleep anywhere, but I struggle to get to sleep. And that's probably my daughter right there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Epiphany.
Ooh. Yeah. See? And that's the thing, right? Like Jeremy was like one of those, he's like, I can't sleep on planes, I can't sleep on here, I can't do this. Like the temperature has to be perfect. I have to have white noise going.
The humidity has to be on point, 50%.
Exactly. And so
the light.
Oh my God, light.
The hue.
You joke about it. Seriously, even a crack of light could come through the window and he's like, right, that's it, I'm awake.
That's Ophelia.
I used to be like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel your pain now because quite literally she's like, oh, what do you mean it's dark? There's a little bit of light in the distance over there.
Yeah. And Ollie's exactly the same.
It means I get to eat.
I put the blackout blinds up on Ollie's window and he literally goes over to the window, lifts up the blind and he's like,
yep, daytime.
It's not bedtime yet.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, you're like your dad. So I wish I had known that it was
Yeah,
genetic,
yeah.
but you know what? There's loads of pros to him being
I
to
wish
being
I
my
had
husband
known a
too.
lot of things. I wish I'd known it. I wish there was like this
Yeah.
all-knowing globe that just spat out information to you
Then
and
you wouldn't have
said,
done it.
I probably wouldn't have done it. No, because it's not just the lack of sleep. It's also just like
It's relentless.
it's like you say, you're parenting yourself, but you also like looking inwards at, have I always been this person? Like,
Yeah.
why am I raging out?
Yeah.
But it's because I'm tired and I've got an absolute like
We've got
novel
too
of
much
things
on.
to do,
Yeah.
right? And I'm working.
Yeah.
And we're building a business. So there's lots going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out there on the same page, right?
Yep.
But then it's also like it's that mum brain.
Yeah.
No
Oh my
one told
God. Brain
it's
fog.
out there. It's totally out there, but you scroll past and you're like, yeah, whatever. My brain is an absolute marshmallow. And
Yeah.
it's not
That's so true.
and it's not even a joke.
Yeah.
I've always had a really good memory. I can remember people's names. Like
Yeah.
you tell me once and I remember it. I
Yeah.
remember everything about your history. You can tell me coffee orders. I can go around the room and get a whole room full of coffee
Yeah.
orders and remember them all. Well, I could. And now
I know.
I forget things. Stupid things as well, small things. I forget to do things. I forget to tell people things. I forget to invite people to birthday parties. I did that and I felt really bad. And
Only so much you can
that's the
do,
thing,
though.
right? And
And
it's just the
Ophelia's still a year and a half. Like, it takes 2 years for your brain to go, apparently.
apparently. And no one mentioned this. Or maybe they did, but I didn't take it in. And it's a legit thing.
Yes.
And then you have to go back to work and utilize your brain.
Yeah. But that I feel like that does you a favor. Like, I probably was not in my best space when I first went back to work.
Yeah.
Um,
Yours was a different situation, though,
yeah, it's
right?
a
You had
lot
a
of
lot of
stress.
stress, hormonal issues,
Yeah, yeah,
postnatal,
true. Oh, not
which is
second time round. Second
probably
time.
another thing that we
Yeah,
that's
true.
never mentioned and not really spoken about.
No, I went back to work because it was extremely stressful and I wanted to help out my team, and then work had its
Yeah.
own
Meltdown.
show. But yeah, I mean, I do think that you go back to work and then you've got all these things going on. I
Yeah.
don't know how Americans do it. Like,
Oh,
how
I
American
have
women
no
go back to
idea.
work like 2 days after having a
Yeah.
baby is
Yeah.
just,
It's insane and so unfair.
it's so unfair.
unfair.
Yeah, I
Really.
remember I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I went to the Facebook offices years and years and years ago.
Mhm.
And that was the very first time that I had ever seen a room dedicated to, like, a pump. Well, I don't even know if it was a
Pump
pumping
room.
room,
Yeah.
but there were fridges in there that had all
Milk.
people's breast milk.
Mm.
So it's like all pregnant women who were, like, I guess still breastfeeding and were pumping, and then leaving their milk in the fridge to take it home at the end of the day. And that blew my mind. I was like, oh,
It's kind of cool they had that space.
well, I
But
suppose
in
so. I
retrospect,
suppose so.
yeah,
But
yeah.
still,
Yeah.
it also goes to show sort of the age demographic of people
Yeah.
working there. But I was
But
just,
also it's like we can't give you any leave, so this is what we're going to do. It wasn't like
yes,
you've
yes.
had your 6
Yeah.
months or year, whatever,
But they
and
didn't
so we'll
even,
still
yeah,
provide this to you. It's more of a, okay, just had your baby, literally,
yeah.
but you need to come back
Yeah.
to it because
You're
we
probably
need to.
still bleeding, but we'll bring
Yeah.
you back into
Oh,
work
yeah,
anyway, right?
absolutely.
Just
Oh, my God. I bled for
so
days and days and days and weeks and months,
same
and
way.
it was awful. That's another thing.
Yeah, but they don't mention.
Sorry, probably too much
No,
information.
no. I think most people that listen to this podcast are my parents anyway, or mums anyway. But I also think, like, that was something that really opened my eyes to how hard the working world is
Yeah.
for mums.
And how lucky we are here
Yes.
in New Zealand,
Although
where we
saying
get the
that,
6 months
yeah,
paid. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
a
no,
certain amount, but
yeah.
it's better than most.
True,
I think in South Africa it's 4 months,
Oh, okay.
and you have to work the 4 months back. Yeah.
Okay, the UK's better than that, but
yeah.
Europe's a lot better than that.
Europe's pretty good. Yeah.
But one of the things that I remember is having to come in for like a kit day, like, you know, come back into work days, like to get back into the swing of work.
Yeah. I think they
And
say touching Touching
Keep
base,
in
keep in
touch.
touch days.
Kit
Yeah.
days, yeah. That's it. Not kick days,
Yeah.
kit days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've had Ollie with me because I had
Yeah.
to come in. So bear in mind, he must have been like 3 months or something like
Yeah.
that.
And he was premature.
And he was prem, yeah.
Yeah.
2 months prem. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it kind of looks like, but I'd say he looks like a month old, but he didn't. He didn't look. He was born. He didn't look prem.
No, he didn't.
But I had to breastfeed in the shower cubicle
Oh, how
downstairs
awkward.
in like the locker room,
Yeah.
basically. And just I remember being like, I work for a mental like well-being mental health well-being charity, and this is where I'm breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Since then the head of house has actually created
Updated
like
the
a
space and
room,
made
an
an
actual room, which is like a comfort room, whether it's for
Nice.
breastfeeding or whatever. But
Yeah.
back then I remember just like balancing on like this wooden
Yeah.
thing, trying to feed him in like a shower
I remember
cubicle.
pumping in a locker room, and because Hunter didn't even take a bottle, so I had
Oh
to
yes.
feed him.
Yep.
But I pumped because he was at daycare, so what else do you
Yeah.
do? He didn't take formula. He was eating a lot, but it was, the daycare needed milk.
Yep.
And I pump, and it was in a little locker room, and I remember people knocking on the door to get into the locker room, and I was like, I'm in here, just give me 15 minutes. And then when you've got that stress, like
Yep.
milk doesn't come through,
Yeah.
and you're sitting pumping, and it's so degrading as well. You
Yep.
feel like a cow.
Yep.
Oh, and the sound. They've
Yep.
come up with really cool contraptions now that you can chuck into your bra,
Yeah,
and
I
like you
had
can pump
one.
as you
Yeah.
work or as you
Yep.
do things, which is great, and would
Yep.
have been fantastic back then had I known.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really degrading and really awful. No
Yep.
chair, nothing,
Yep.
I was sitting in, and the room was maybe smaller than this,
Oh my
with lockers in
God.
it, and a washing machine, and like dirty old rags, and it was awful. It was really
Yeah.
awful. And yeah, you do what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think going back to how we were raised, we don't question it, we don't
No.
fight it, or throw up our arms and say, well, I'm going to go home and I'm going to pump for this hour.
Yeah.
And, this is how it has to be for me to
Yeah.
keep working here. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad that it's starting to change though.
It is.
I do feel like
Yeah.
the world is changing.
Big time.
And that's why I do have respect for, like, I mean, maybe because we're millennials and we're like the beginning of it, but I do have respect in a way for the Gen X's, Gen Zs, Gen whatever they are now. Because actually, I don't know if they've got the right. Like we always moan about, like, oh my God, they're all working from home and they're doing this and they want that and
They're
they want
also
this.
soft, and they ask for 101 mental health
Snowflakes.
days, and
Yeah.
they take so many days off, and blah, blah, blah. I guess it depends on which angle you're looking at it. As an employer, it's quite hard, right?
Yeah.
Because you still have to pay all these off days and leave days and whatnot.
But the other half of me goes, maybe they've got it right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they've watched their parents and they're the
Yeah.
next generation down, and
Actually.
maybe it isn't like, it isn't. There's no stoic, like, I work so hard.
Yeah.
And actually, let's see what the kids are coming up with, because
100%.
I'm actually interested to see if maybe they've got a better spin on it
You
than
never
what we
know.
had.
Yeah, you
Right?
never know.
Yeah.
We all thought we were the perfect generation, and look at what's happening.
I feel like we've been through a lot.
We have.
A
Been
lot.
intense, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it's been an intense 40 years, but yeah, here we are. Here we are.
Sure.
So as we come to wrap this up,
Mm.
I have to say it has been a fun-filled couple of weeks. But yeah, I think one of the things that we're definitely learning is giving ourselves a little bit of grace, a little bit of space. Actually, yeah, parenting's damn hard.
And I think to finish it off, you said something really awesome, and in one of your posts was, if they judge the way you parent, let them. They don't
Yeah.
see the hardship. They don't see the love that you put into every single choice that you make, and they're not raising your children, you are. So I really like to finish with that, and I think
Lovely.
I think that was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little
Oh, it's so
little
true though.
post. So true.
Yeah. Yeah. And even though you hear bad things about our messiest moments, no, the kids are loved.
We do love them, yeah.
We do love them. We just find them damn hard sometimes. Have a lovely rest of your week, guys.
Bye for now.
Bye. Okay, so that's it for this week. Hot messes, big visions. If you love this episode, share it with your village, or better yet, tag us on Instagram at Village Babysitting with your own messy moment.
Want to book a sitter? Start your own big vision or join the beta. Head to thevillageco.nz and let us hook you up. Until next time, remember, you don't need to have it together to be going somewhere.